is starting with the topic, what is the difference between the factor income and the transfer income? Or I can say what is the difference between the factor payment and the transfer payment. So when I talk to you regarding the concept of factor income and the transfer income, I'll first start with the factor income. It is clear by the name only. It is the income to the factor of production. It is an income given to the factor of production, or we can say it is a payment given to the factor of production. So we know factor of production includes land, labor, capital, and entrepreneur. So basically the income received by the factor of production, the income received by the factor of production for providing their factor services, in the production unit, that income or payment is called factor income or factor payment. The payment that we made to labor in the form of wages is called factor payment. The payment that the firm do for rent on the building, that is factor payment. Interest on capital, that is a factor payment. So basically factor payment is done or is given to the factor of production for rendering their productive services or for rendering their factor services in the production process, that is basically called factor income. So the first thing that we have to understand that factor income refers to the income received by the factor of production. It is the income which is received by the factor of production for rendering the factor services in the production process. That is basically called factor income. But when I talk to you regarding the transfer income or the transfer payment, it refers to income or payment that I can say. It refers to the income received without rendering any productive services in return. For example, pocket money received from the parents. We are not providing any productive services in return to our parents. When we are getting any gift or we are giving gift to someone, we don't accept the person should return something to me. So basically it's a one-sided payment, I can say. So basically it refers to the income received without rendering any productive services in return. These are called your transfer income or transfer payment. If I give you some examples of the factor income or the factor payment, I can say wages given to the workers, rent given on the land area by the firm, interest on capital given by the firm. These are all the factor payment because in return we are getting the factor services from the factor of production, And we have also studied in the national income when we have done the income method that we are adding all the factor incomes. We are adding all the factors income under the income method. Okay, which includes wages, salary, rent, interest, profit, royalty. These are all the factor income. It is not in free. We are providing services to the production unit and in return we are getting the payment. That's why it is called the factor income or the factor payment. मिलती है तो income और अगर pay करेंगे तो payment. That is the only difference between the income and the payment part. Factor income or factor payment is included in the national income. Why it is included in the national income? Because it has a role in the production process. And we are not getting the payment. We are not getting the income in free. We are providing the services in return. That's why factor income or factor payment is included in the national income. When we have done the income method, we have all added the factor income. Factor income, starting from compensation of employees to the mixed income. So basically we have to understand that the income that we get by providing the factor services to the production unit, these are called your factor income or the factor payment. But when I talk about the transfer income or the transfer payment in which there is no promise of providing services in return of, or I can say there is no services are provided in return, especially the productive services are not provided in return. These are called the transfer income and the transfer payment, and they are not included in the national income. They are not included in the national income because it is just a transfer of funds from one person to another. For example, scholarship received, old age pension given by the government. When the government is giving old age pension to the people, the old age people are not providing any productive services to the government in return. That's why it comes under the transfer payment or the transfer income. So scholarship, old age pension, subsidy, unemployment allowance, ठीक है ना, pocket money, gifts and grants, these are all called the transfer income or the transfer payment. It is not included in the national income. फैक्टर इनकम और फैक्टर पेमेंट इज एन अर्निंग कॉन्सेप्ट. ये पैसा ऐसा नहीं है ये पैसा कमाया हुआ है. इट इज एन अर्निंग कॉन्सेप्ट. Whereas when I talk about the transfer income or the transfer payment, it is just a receipt concept, that is only the transfer of funds from one person to another. I hope the concept of factor income and the transfer income is clear to you.